When referring to the most thrilling scene in the Heaven Sword and Dragon Saber, most readers will recall the scene where the 6 major sects surrounded and attacked the Bright Summit. This can be found in chapters 20 to 22, working together to rescue the trapped, resolving conflicts and selecting the 6 strongest, and heroes return to the summit. Zhang Wuji, having mastered the 9 Yang divine skill and the Qin Kuan de Nuoi, 2 earth-shattering martial arts, entered the Bright Summit through the secret passage of the Ming sect at a crucial moment when all the Ming sect's experts were severely injured. The 6 major sects, seeing the imminent destruction of the Ming sect, stepped forward and called for a ceasefire. Zhang Wuji fought alone against the Kongtong, Shaolin, Huashan, Kunlun, Amei, and Wudong sects, ultimately causing them to stop fighting and retreat, saving the Ming sect from destruction. Zhang Wuji was then recognized as the 34th leader of the Ming sect. This tumultuous scene took place at the main hall of the Bright Summit. Based on the description in the Heaven Sword and Dragon Saber, the main hall of the Ming sect, the Bright Summit, is undoubtedly located in the Kunlun Mountain range in the western part of the country. Zhang Wuji learned the 9 Yang divine skill by chance in the Kunlun Wonderland and reached the Bright Summit not long after leaving the mountain, which shows that the 2 places are not far apart. In addition, the Ming sect was originally called the Manichaean sect and originated in Persia, spreading from the western regions to the central plains. Therefore, the main hall must be located in the western region. Furthermore, before Jiang Xiaofu was killed by the exterminating nun, she asked, "What is the Ming sect?" "It's a devil sect that does evil to heaven and harm to the world." "Where is he hiding? Is he at the Bright Summit in Kunlun Mountain? I'll go find him right now." Yang Xiao, the left envoy of the Bright Summit, was also hiding at a side peak of Kunlun Mountain, Zuowang Peak. With the fame of the Heaven Sword and Dragon Saber, the concept of the Bright Summit located in the Kunlun Mountain range seems to have been imprinted in people's minds. However, according to scholars, there is indeed a Bright Summit in the Kunlun Mountain range, but it is only a small side peak, not as magnificent as described. The real Bright Summit is unknown. Some people believe that there is no trace of the Manichaean sect found on Kunlun Mountain, and the Bright Summit should not be on Kunlun Mountain, but on the top of the Flaming Mountain near Turpan, the symbol of brightness, the Flaming Totem, and the murals in the wall of the Bezaklik Thousand Buddha Cave have become the most direct evidence. The Flaming Mountain is frequently dangerous, with its steep and winding terrain, and it is snow-free in winter, with a spacious summit, which is highly consistent with the description in the novel. Another theory is that the novel's name was inspired by another place, located at the junction of Lianan in Zhejiang and Xixian in Huangshan. There is a mountain named Liujia Ridge, which is one of the only remaining Manichaean sites in the world. And in reality, people believe that the Bright Summit is on Huangshan Mountain. The Bright Summit is one of the main peaks of Huangshan, located in the central part of the mountain, with an altitude of 1860 meters. It is the second highest peak of Huangshan and is known as one of the 3 main peaks of Huangshan along with the Tianta Peak and the Lotus Peak. The summit is flat and high, with views of the East China Sea's amazing scenery and the Western Sea's peaks, including the Lianhua Peak, Yuping Peak, and Aoyu Peak. It is named Bright Summit because it is high and open, with long hours of sunlight. During the Ming Dynasty, the Universal Monk built the Great Compassion Monastery on the summit, and it is said that there was a Taoist who practiced on the summit, rich in cultural and religious history. I had the privilege of climbing Huangshan's Bright Summit, which is a relatively spacious flat top with a large ball as a landmark building and a stone tablet built to commemorate the Bright Summit. The wind blows the pines and the shadows of the large helicopter landing pad and the summit snack bar form a sharp contrast. It doesn't look like the description in the Heaven Sword and Dragon Saber at all. I thought, is this the legendary headquarters of the Manichaean sect? It's too disappointing. Today, Mr. Jin Yong's Bright Summit is derived from life and transcends life, created through abstraction based on reality and carrying too many shadows. With 1,000 readers, there are 1,000 interpretations, and it is difficult to find the Bright Summit, the battlefield of the 6 factions and the Manichaean sect described in the novel with commonality.